What I believe are classed as good coaching skills are, first and foremost, a big heart and a strong backbone. Coaches need to be able to challenge, to make people aware, and to ask sometimes difficult questions, but always with a big heart. The second thing that I think is classed as a good coaching skill is listening skills. A coach must be mindful that it's about the coachee's agenda, not his or her, the coach agenda. So they need to be aware of that and have good listening skills. And finally, I think the third one is to keep forward momentum with the coachee towards a purposeful discussion with an outcome, with a target, to avoid going backwards, but to keep forward incremental steps so that people feel like they're moving towards a goal that they've established. We can develop leaders into motivational coaches by giving them the tools, of course, and the techniques for coaching. But before that, I think also to share with them what's in it for them. Leaders can't possibly have all the knowledge and the insights. They cannot have all the answers. They cannot tell all their direct reports what to do, how to do things. If they think they can, they will eventually be the bottlenecks. So if you position coaching as unleashing the potential of people around them and giving them back time to be thinking more long-term, more strategic, more innovation management, then I think they can be motivational coaches. They will, I think, see the point of letting go and give their direct reports the opportunity to come up with their own answers and to own their own ideas and to implement their own ideas. I think it's in keeping with today's time. Leaders can't possibly have all the answers. They need to let go and to start to motivate their people by asking the right questions, by letting them come up with their own ideas. I would fully agree, and I would add something else. I suspect that people who are blocked learners, people who are not willing to unlearn and learn, are stuck in their system one thinking, total bias, reflecting on past successes, and trying to utilize those past successes to meet new challenges. I think also when you think about people around them, these blocked learners become diminishers rather than multipliers. The question is, will these people be casting a big shadow on the people around them by being blocked learners, or do they put the spotlight on their people by being open to new ways, to being challenged, which is very difficult for many leaders, to being questioned? I think that leadership shows the way. They role model. If you have people who are in their senior career, and they are blocked, this creates a culture of people who are reactive and waiting to be told. Now, I would add one more thing though. It's not just about learning and unlearning. I think it's also about connectivity. I think people who are at senior positions need to learn to connect with new dots. And by new dots, I mean new people. People outside of their current network. Why? Because people tend to tell these people what they want to hear and what they think they want to be heard. And I think these leaders who are senior and quite advanced in their careers would do well to connect with new people, to extend their network. I think what HR can do to maintain a solution mindset, solution-focused mindset, is I think work around the culture. If the culture has behaviors that don't allow people to speak up, to raise their hand when they're lost or confused, or they feel they're going to get reprimanded if they go against the grain, then it's time for HR to step in and to ensure that that culture is slowly being diminished and removed. People need to feel that they can speak up, they can take risks, they can speak against the grain. Will be helping create the solution mindset with people. It's got to be part of the culture, and HR can be part and parcel of making this happen, of course, with the leaders. The top tips I would have for HR to successfully implement a coaching strategy is, one, don't try to own it. If they think that HR are the only ones who can be coaches, it will not work at all. They need to facilitate and enable coaching to happen at the line managers for all employees. The key word here is they need to be enablers. They need to be supporting it, and they need to help create the matches between coach and coachee. But a big mistake for them to do is to try to own coaching. It will flop. It won't go anywhere. This needs to be line managers who are owning it and supporting the development of their people, not HR.